Every single day, millions of people eat chicken nuggets. From kids to adults, it's one of the most popular fast foods in the world. But here's the question no one really asks. What actually happens before these nuggets reach your plate? Because the truth is, the process is far more complex than you think. These nuggets don't just magically appear in a box. They go through a massive industrial system filled with machines, automation, and processes most people have never seen. And once you see it, you might never look at nuggets the same way again. So today, we're going inside the system to uncover exactly how chicken nuggets are really made. Before we go deeper into this process, make sure to subscribe to System Uncovered, because here we reveal the hidden systems behind everyday things you use that no one else shows you. It all starts with chicken, but not in the way most people imagine. In large-scale factories, chicken meat is collected, cleaned, and prepared under strict hygiene systems. Only specific parts of the chicken are used, mainly breast meat because of its texture and quality. This meat is then transported through automated conveyor systems, moving at high speed across the factory floor. Next comes one of the most important stages. The chicken is finely ground into a smooth mixture. At this stage, ingredients like salt, spices, and flavoring are added. Everything is blended together using powerful industrial mixers, creating a uniform texture that will later form the nugget shape. This is where consistency matters most, because every nugget needs to taste exactly the same. Now comes the part you've probably seen, those perfect nugget shapes. But here's the interesting part. They are not randomly shaped. Factories use special molds to create the classic nugget designs you recognize instantly. The mixture is pressed into these molds, forming nuggets in seconds. Thousands of nuggets are shaped every minute. After shaping, the nuggets move into the coating system. First, they are dipped into a liquid batter. Then they are covered with breadcrumbs. This gives nuggets that crispy outer layer that people love so much. This process happens continuously, with machines ensuring every nugget gets evenly coated. Now comes the frying stage. But here's something most people don't know. The nuggets are only partially fried at the factory. They are cooked just enough to set the coating and lock in the flavor. This is why when you buy nuggets, they need to be cooked again before serving. After frying, the nuggets are rapidly frozen. This helps preserve freshness and ensures a long shelf life. Then they are packed into boxes ready to be shipped worldwide, from factory to restaurants to your plate. So the next time you eat chicken nuggets, remember, what looks like a simple snack is actually the result of a highly advanced system designed for speed, consistency, and mass production. Millions of nuggets produced every single day, and this is just one system. There are thousands more hidden systems around you, working every day without you even noticing. Because once you start seeing these systems, you'll never look at everyday things the same way again.
But here's where things get even more interesting, because what you've seen so far is only the basic structure of the process. Behind the scenes, there are multiple layers of quality control happening at every single step. In modern factories, nothing is left to chance. Advanced sensors and monitoring systems constantly check temperature, texture, and consistency. If anything is even slightly off, the entire batch can be rejected instantly. This ensures that every nugget you eat meets the exact same standard every single time. Now let's go deeper into one of the most critical parts of the system, temperature control. From the moment the chicken is processed, it is kept under strictly controlled temperatures. Why? Because even a small change in temperature can affect safety, texture, and taste. That's why factories use refrigerated systems and climate-controlled environments throughout the entire production line. Even the machines themselves are designed to operate within specific temperature ranges. Next comes automation, and this is where things start to feel almost futuristic. Most of the process you're seeing is not handled by humans, but by machines programmed for precision and speed. Robotic arms, conveyor belts, and synchronized systems work together in perfect timing. Each nugget moves through the factory like part of a perfectly coordinated system. No delays, no confusion, just continuous production. This level of automation allows factories to produce millions of nuggets every single day. But here's something even more fascinating: speed. The entire process, from raw chicken to packaged nuggets, happens incredibly fast. In many factories, a single production line can produce thousands of nuggets per minute. Think about that for a second. By the time you finish watching this video, millions more nuggets will already be produced somewhere in the world. Now let's talk about consistency, because this is what truly defines large-scale food production. No matter where you are in the world, a nugget should look, taste, and feel exactly the same. To achieve this, factories rely on precise measurements and automated systems. Every ingredient is measured down to exact quantities. Every step is timed perfectly. Every batch follows the same process. This is what creates that familiar taste people recognize instantly. Now, here's a question. Have you ever wondered why nuggets have that specific texture, that soft inside with a crispy outside? That's not accidental. It's the result of controlled grinding, mixing, coating, and frying techniques. Each layer is engineered to create that exact experience. The outer layer crisps up quickly, while the inside stays soft and juicy. It's all designed that way. Now let's move to packaging and logistics, because the journey doesn't end at the factory. Once packaged, nuggets are transported through a massive global distribution network. Cold storage systems keep them frozen during transport. Specialized trucks deliver them to restaurants and stores, and everything is timed carefully to maintain freshness. From factory production schedules to delivery routes, it's all part of one connected system. And finally, they reach the place where you see them: restaurants. Here, the nuggets are cooked again before serving. This final cooking step gives them that golden color and crispy texture you recognize, and within minutes, they're in your hands. Something that started as raw chicken has now become one of the most consumed fast foods in the world. But here's the bigger picture. This isn't just about chicken nuggets. This is about how modern systems work. Complex processes broken down into simple, repeatable steps executed at massive scale, all designed to deliver the same result over and over again. And most people never even think about it. They just see the final product, not the system behind it. But now you know. Now you've seen what actually happens behind the scenes. And once you understand one system like this, you start noticing them everywhere. In food, in machines, in everyday life. Hidden systems working silently, powering the world around you. So the next time you eat something as simple as a chicken nugget, take a moment to think about the journey behind it, because there's always more happening than what you see on the surface. And if you want to keep uncovering these hidden systems, stay with System Uncovered, because this is just the beginning.
But even after everything you've seen so far, the system still isn't finished. Because behind every large-scale production process, there's an invisible layer most people never think about: data. Every machine in this factory is constantly collecting data in real time. Temperature readings, production speed, ingredient ratios, machine performance. All of this information is monitored by central control systems. Why? Because in a system this large, even the smallest mistake can scale into a massive problem. So instead of reacting to issues, factories are designed to prevent them before they happen. If a machine starts slowing down, the system detects it instantly. If a temperature changes slightly, adjustments are made automatically. Everything is optimized continuously. Now think about this. You're not just watching food being made. You're watching a system that is constantly learning, adjusting, and improving itself.
And this is what makes modern production so powerful. Now let's go deeper into something even more critical: hygiene and safety systems. In food factories, cleanliness is not just important, it's controlled at an extreme level. Workers follow strict entry procedures, protective clothing, gloves, hairnets. Even the air inside certain areas is filtered to remove particles. Machines are cleaned regularly using automated cleaning systems. Some factories even use self-cleaning pipelines that sanitize themselves after every cycle. Because when you're producing food at this scale, there is zero room for contamination. Everything must be controlled. Everything must be clean. Now here's something most people don't realize. The factory itself is designed like a one-way system. Raw materials enter from one side, finished products leave from the other. There is no crossing of paths. This reduces risk and keeps the entire process organized and efficient. It's not just production, it's system design. Now let's talk about energy, because running a factory like this requires massive amounts of power. Machines, freezers, conveyors, lighting, everything runs continuously. To manage this, factories use energy optimization systems. Some even recycle heat generated during production, using it in other parts of the process. Others use advanced insulation and smart controls to reduce energy waste. Because efficiency is not just about speed, it's also about sustainability. Now imagine this: thousands of machines, millions of nuggets, all running 24/7, and yet everything is controlled down to the smallest detail. This is not just a factory, it's a perfectly coordinated system. Now let's shift perspective for a moment, from the factory to the global scale. Because what you're seeing here is just one production unit. There are hundreds of similar factories around the world, all following the same systems, all producing the same product, all connected through global supply chains. This is how consistency is maintained worldwide. No matter where you are, the system stays the same, and that's why the experience stays the same. Now here's a powerful thought. This level of production didn't happen overnight. It took years of innovation, testing, and system design. Every step you've seen has been refined again and again until it became this precise, this efficient, this scalable. Now think about the future. What happens next? Factories are already moving toward even more automation. AI-driven systems, smart robots, predictive maintenance. In the future, entire production lines could run with minimal human involvement. Decisions could be made instantly by intelligent systems, problems solved before they even appear, production optimized in real time, and all of it happening behind the scenes, invisible to the consumer. Now bring your focus back to something simple, a single nugget, small, ordinary, easy to ignore. But now you know, behind that one nugget, there's an entire world of systems working together. Machines, data, design, logistics, all aligned to produce something that feels simple. And that's the power of modern systems. They hide complexity behind simplicity. So the next time you open a box of nuggets, you won't just see food, you'll see a system, a process, a network of decisions and machines working together. And once you start seeing the world this way, everything changes. Because these systems are everywhere, in the products you use, in the services you rely on, in the technology around you, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be understood. And this is exactly what System Uncovered is all about, revealing what's hidden, explaining what's ignored, and showing you the systems behind everyday life. So if you've made it this far, you're already thinking differently. And that's just the beginning, because there are still countless systems left to uncover. and we're just getting started.